Imagine this. It's November 14th, 2023, and deep in the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, NASA engineers stare at their computer screens in growing alarm as the most distant human-made object in the universe, Voyager 1, suddenly goes silent. After 46 years of flawless communication from over 15 billion miles away in the void between stars, humanity's greatest space ambassador has stopped making sense, sending nothing but gibberish back to Earth. But this isn't just a technical glitch. It's the latest chapter in one of the most mysterious and mind-bending stories in space exploration history. Today, we're diving into the enigma of the Voyager missions, two spacecraft that were supposed to study Jupiter and Saturn for 4 years, but instead became something far more extraordinary. Humanity's first emissaries to the stars, carrying secrets that still baffle scientists in 2025. Let me take you back to August 20th, 1977, at Launch Complex 41, Cape Canaveral, Florida, where the humid summer air crackled with anticipation as Voyager 2 lifted off atop a Titan II-IE rocket at 14:29 UTC, followed 16 days later by its twin Voyager 1 on September 5th at 12:56 UTC. These weren't ordinary spacecraft. They were conceived during a rare celestial alignment that occurs only once every 175 years, when the outer planets align in such a way that a single spacecraft could visit multiple worlds using gravitational assists. NASA's visionary scientists, led by the Jet Propulsion Laboratory's brilliant team, had calculated that this grand tour opportunity wouldn't come again until the year 2152. Making this humanity's one shot at exploring the outer solar system in our lifetimes. Each Voyager spacecraft weighed 815 kilograms and was powered by 3 radioisotope thermoelectric generators containing plutonium-238, giving them enough power to operate for decades. But here's where the mystery begins. These machines, built with 1970s technology less sophisticated than a modern smartphone, have now been operating for 48 years, more than 10 times their planned mission duration. Both Voyagers lose about 4 watts of power each year, forcing NASA engineers to make agonizing decisions about which instruments to shut down to keep the spacecraft alive. In October 2024, NASA turned off Voyager 2's plasma science experiment, and more shutdowns are planned through 2025. Yet these ancient machines continue to beam data back across an impossible distance that takes their radio signals over 22 hours to reach Earth. What makes this even more mysterious is that both spacecraft have far exceeded every expectation, surviving cosmic radiation, micrometeorite impacts, and the bitter cold of deep space, while continuing to make discoveries that rewrite textbooks. The fact that these 1970s machines are still functioning perfectly in the harsh environment of interstellar space, billions of miles from any repair shop, borders on the miraculous and raises profound questions about the limits of human engineering. But perhaps the most mysterious aspect of the Voyager mission isn't technical, it's philosophical. Mounted on each spacecraft is a 12-inch gold-plated copper disc containing sounds and images from Earth, launched in 1977 as humanity's most ambitious message in a bottle. The contents were selected by a committee chaired by Carl Sagan of Cornell University, but the story behind what they chose reveals a mystery about who we are as a species and what we want to say to the cosmos. Etched into the fabric of these golden discs is the sound of a woman's brainwaves, a recording made on June 3, 1977, just weeks before launch, capturing the neural patterns of a human being in love. Think about the profound mystery of that decision. Among all the sounds of Earth that could represent humanity to alien civilizations, they chose to include the electromagnetic signature of love itself. The golden record contains 115 images, natural sounds including heartbeats, laughter, and a crying baby, music from cultures around the world, and greetings in 55 languages. But it's the inclusion of human brainwaves that transforms this from a simple cultural artifact into something approaching the metaphysical. These 12-inch gold-plated discs are filled with children's laughter, heartbeats, and bird calls. But they also contain mathematical and physical constants that any technologically advanced civilization should understand. along with a map showing Earth's location relative to 14 pulsar stars. The mystery deepens when you realize that both probes are now over 11 billion miles from Earth, with 40,000 years until they encounter another planetary system. This means the golden records are essentially time machines, carrying a snapshot of 1977 Earth into a future so distant that human civilization as we know it may have transformed beyond recognition or disappeared entirely. The haunting question remains: if these records are ever found by an alien intelligence, what will they make of our carefully curated message? Will they understand that the sounds of Bach and Chuck Berry represent the heights of human creativity? Or will they puzzle over why we included both a crying baby and children's laughter? The golden record represents humanity's first attempt at immortality through technology, but it's also a mirror reflecting our deepest hopes and fears about making contact with something utterly foreign to our experience. As the Voyagers journeyed outward, they began encountering phenomena that challenged our understanding of the solar system's boundaries. Both Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 have reached interstellar space and are the only spacecraft ever to cross this threshold. But what they discovered there wasn't what scientists expected. When Voyager 1 crossed into interstellar space in August 2012, followed by Voyager 2 in November 2018, they found that the boundary between our solar system and the galaxy beyond isn't a clean line, but a turbulent, dynamic region where solar wind battles against cosmic rays in ways that still baffle astrophysicists. The data streaming back from beyond this boundary has revealed that interstellar space itself is full of surprises. The magnetic field strength, the density of cosmic rays, and the temperature of the medium between stars all differ from theoretical predictions. Both spacecraft detected unexpected tsunami waves in the interstellar medium, vast ripples in space that seem to propagate across light years, possibly triggered by distant stellar explosions or other cosmic events we don't yet understand. These discoveries suggest that the galaxy is far more alive and dynamic than previously imagined, with currents and eddies of matter and energy flowing between the stars like a vast cosmic ocean. But it's the recent communication crisis that adds a new layer to the Voyager mystery. On November 14th, 2023, Voyager 1 stopped sending readable science and engineering data back to Earth, even though mission controllers could tell the spacecraft was still receiving their commands. For months, this most distant emissary of humanity spoke only in digital gibberish, as if some fundamental aspect of its consciousness had been scrambled by forces operating at the edge of known space. After months of painstaking detective work, NASA engineers managed to restore contact, with Voyager 1 resuming science data transmission for the first time since the incident.